means Bharata. Bhava means sensation, because your whole experience of life is sensory right now. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you touch are different types of sensations. So sensation is the basis of your experience right now. This is the fundamental of your experience. Bhava means sensation, out of which comes emotion.
Right.
Ra means raga or the tune. The tune is not yours, the existence has already set the tune. You cannot set the tune. Now you have to just find the rhythm, which is the thala. If you find the right rhythm, you are a fantastic human being. If you miss the rhythm, you're crushed by the process of life. So we called this nation Bharata, and the first, or not necessarily the first, one of the great kings of the past was Bharata. People say the country is named after him. No, he is named after the country. There are so many Bharats and Bharatis in this country. Their country is not named after them. They are named after this nationhood.
Did we make a mistake then in converting our name from Bharat to India?
A serious mistake, because you need to understand this. Whenever somebody occupies a nation, any conquering forces, when they take over certain nations, first thing they will do is they'll change your name. This is the technology of dominance. This is the technology of enslaving. You must see, if you look at the African-American history, when African people were brought in, the first thing is, at the port, their names were changed. Whatever they had African names, they were taken away and some silly names will be given. That's what has been done to us. Thiruvananthapuram is Trivandrum, okay? Chennai is Madras. We don't know whether we're mad or we're rascals. Like this, India, what does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. So if I give you a meaningless name, you will become a meaningless, stupid person in front of me, because I have a meaningful name, I have a tradition, I have a culture, you have nothing. So in that context, we have become India. This is the first thing, because the concept of a nation must sink into everybody's mind.
Yes.
Because nation is just an idea. When this idea burns through your mind and sinks into your heart and your passion is risen towards that, then you have a real nation. Otherwise, nation is just in the paper. This is the unfortunate reality for us right now. So at least when they left in 1947, the first thing we should have done is change the name in such a way that it resonates in some way in everybody's mind.
Right.
Now you are using an English name for an Indian nation. Hardly 2–3% of us can speak English language in this country properly, okay? The remaining people are essentially left out. I think this is one thing I would like to request the present Prime Minister. We must rename this country in a way it reverberates in everybody's hearts.
Wow.
I know a whole lot of intellectual crowd will say, what is in a name?
Yes.
Okay, call yourself Tobu, call yourself Momo. People are doing that.
Yes.
I'm not saying… I'm not against anything. All I'm saying is, when you utter your name, you must understand there is sound. Whatever we utter is only a sound. The meaning is only a psychological thing, a social thing. Right now if I say Kiran, it's only a sound. The meaning is psychological and social. Leave the meaning of it. The sound is existential and it has a power. Bharat has power. This power has to reverberate through everybody's hearts in this country. See, the name India is given to us. It's an English name. This is the technology of dominance. You must see this when they imported slaves from Africa. The first thing they did in the port was to change their name, to call you Kuku, Tobo, Nono, Pupo, something like this. If I call you Padmanabhan, now you stand like this. I call you Kuku, you know. First thing is to give a meaningless name which has no… because a human being is from memory, from history, from culture. A name which has no cultural background, a name which has no significance, a name which does not instill pride in you, that kind of a name I will give you, because this is the technology of dominance. In this country, maybe 2, 3, maybe 5% of the people speak English language. But the nation is named in English. It doesn't mean anything to someone who doesn't speak English language, India. Bharat has a power to it. Because there are two aspects to this. When we utter something, there is a sound. Meaning is just psychological, you making up the meaning, isn't it? Yes or no? Right now, I utter something, it's just a sound. If you did not know the language, this is just a sound. Meaning is just made up in your mind. Meaning is secondary. The significance is in the sound. You utter Bharat and see what reverberation it has in you. You say India and see what reverberation it has in you. Say this, take this as your chant for 2 days. One day you just say India, India, India. Another day you say Bharat, Bharat, Bharat. Just see what it does to your system. Then you decide. This was done with a very close observation, a deep understanding of the science of sound and form. When I say the science of sound and form, every sound has a form attached to it. If you feed any sound into an oscilloscope, it gives us a particular pattern which is a form. So every sound has a form in it. Every form has a sound in it. So what kind of sounds have the maximum impact on the human system? This we call them as mantras. Bharat is a mantra. Bharatam is even better, but up north they won't accept it, you have to chop it in the end. Bharat is powerful.
I have a question. Why do we need a flag?
We need a flag to represent the nation. This flag represents Bharat, okay? This is a symbol of peace in the center and the different colors representing different aspects of our nation. Otherwise, how would you know? You have a name, right? Just like that.
Where were you when we got independence?
When we got independence, I think I was a tadpole in the Kaveri river. Yes, I thought I will become a frog, but they promoted me to become a human being. Then they further promoted me to become a Sadhguru. Then they put me on this motorcycle. But I was just a tadpole in 1947. Already I said it's 75 years. Do I look like I'm 75?
No.
No, I look 165, right?
Sadhguru, who and all fought for the freedom?
Everybody in the country fought for the freedom in different ways. Some names which are prominent remain, others don't remain. See, in this ashram now in the yoga center, who all are working to make this happen the way it's happening? Only me? No, everybody is working, isn't it? Many of them you don't know the names. Does it mean to say they are not important? Similarly, every citizen fought in some way, in their own way. Well, some are known to us, some are not, but we must bow down to all of them, the whole generation of people. Photoing, huh? Photoing. Thank you.
Sadhguru, can I put this tag on?
I'll hold it in my hand and write, okay? Both the neurological and the energy systems branch out in a big way between the shoulder blades and above. So keeping the neck region in a good condition is very important. Within 3 to 4 minutes of doing these neck practices, you will distinctly see that you are much more alert and the lethargy in the body will be obliterated. There is a higher level of neuronal regeneration. Memory and intellectual sharpness also improves.